меня зовут Юлия С. И с вами Центр социально-психологических и культурных проектов «Ресурс ЛГБТКИА Москва». Сегодня с нами Шейном Бутом. Он профессор визуального искусства в университете Фейетвилла. И сегодня он с нами, он для нас будет проводить мастер-класс по фотографии. Шейн занимался исследованиями исторических методов фотографии и также участвовал в проекте в Эфиопии, где он работал с детьми, живущими с ВИЧ. И его работы выставлялись в Тайване, в Швеции, во многих галереях США. И вот сегодня мы бы хотели задать Шейну несколько вопросов. So I'm going to switch into English. And Shane, my first question is, so how did you get into photography? What's the story behind this perhaps hobby that turned into a career?
It's very simple. I used to sit around with my grandmother and look at our old family photographs from the 1800s and on up through, into my photographs. And I just always had this connection with the image and the mystery that it presented to me. And so as I went through college, I remember the moment it happened. I was a sophomore in college and it was 3 a.m. and I woke up and I was like, oh my gosh, I totally want to be a photographer when I grow up. And so from that moment on, I just ate everything I could about photography up and just became a photographer.
So, and modern photography is changing so swiftly, and there are new styles, new priorities, and mobile photography is increasing in popularity. So how do you feel about that, and what do you think might become of classical photography?
I am not a huge fan of mobile photography. I do a lot of it. Actually, that's why I love it. I do mostly film photography, which is a very old process. Mobile photography, though, is amazing because it gets it out there instantly, and Instagram is the most amazing tool there is out there at the moment to get your images out and for others to see your images. So I think in that regard, that it's this beautiful thing happening with imagery and the computer and just the globalization of the world, and how it's made it possible for me to look at photographs in Russia or photographs in Sweden or photographs in Africa. And I think that that's really amazing.
Right. So since we are here for a workshop, or a photography workshop for the LGBT community of Moscow, what to you personally is the connection between photography and activism? And perhaps what was the motivation to come and share your work with people in Russia, in Moscow and beyond?
Great, that's easy. I'm HIV positive, and I've been HIV positive for, I think 10 years now, something like that. And I wanted a way to be able to express myself and the things that I have gone through while living with HIV. And so it was just a marriage made in heaven, that I took my camera and I took my feelings on HIV and I kind of married them together, and I created this body of work that just deals with how I live with HIV, and I do it very easily. I'm very open about it. I get in trouble sometimes because I just don't care, and I'll talk about it. And I quickly became aware that not everyone is open about it, not everyone's comfortable with it, and I just thought that it was really important. I'm not, a scientist, I'm not a doctor, and the only way I felt that I could help anyone through what I went through is by using my camera. And I think that's just this love I have for photography and the love I have for activism about HIV just married, and that's how it came about.
Wow, it is really inspiring. I really do think so. And so perhaps to conclude, is there anything you would like to say or to wish to the LGBT activists in Russia, to the photographer activists as well?
Yeah, the best thing I can tell you is to be authentic about yourself, and be authentic about who you are, and be authentic about what you're photographing, because it's going to come through in your imagery. And if you're photographing something that's not authentic, the viewer's going to see that and just walk right past it. But if you photograph something that's very authentic through authentic emotions, that people are going to get the message.
Thank you very much, Shane.
Yes.
Спасибо вам.